Now I see why he mad at you, bro.
You should tweet that.
That's crazy, yo. Yeah.
I almost when he quote tweeted me and tried to dunk on me, I almost replied just with that picture. And I was like, I'm gonna take the high road. You know, it's a new year, trying to be an adult. You know.
Listen to y'all in the chat. Special team now. Now we a special team. Y'all was all nervous last night, though. We're the same damn team, bro. Same damn team, bro. That's funny.
Let me tweet this out. We are only YouTube tonight. We live. Hold on.
120 wins. That's a lot. In 4 years. Hey,
it is
31-2 is crazy, bro.
The football ACC championship is the same as the basketball.
Damn. Yeah, that is. That's crazy. I just realized that. This camera boy's a human. Just really good. He's just a really good human, bro. It's a professional. God done blessed us with two real professionals. Yeah, I am trolling them. You know it. This is intentional. 100% this shirt is intentional. Y'all ever disrespect us like this, man? Coach Izzo. I don't hear nothing about no Coach Izzo. We run this, and we're gonna take over April too. I need a shirt that replace April with Duke, because that's the month we really want to take over.
Hold on.
I thought it was a troll because you bought a T-shirt that wasn't from him. He's been selling T-shirts online all day.
You for real be selling them shirts for real? Ross be doing it.
Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
Ross be doing the most.
Yeah, other people's names and likenesses, sure. Yeah, very cool and normal.
Oh wow.
All right, let's get it. Let's get started. Hold on. Here we go.
The three of you guys, man, thank you for what you guys do, and appreciate you guys having me on.
We were trying not to score and everything with about 33s or something.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt that. We kind of feed off that energy.
This place is amazing. Like I really love Duke, and I love the atmosphere I'm in here.
Mark Williams, beast mode. Paolo first half, he had the cramping stuff. Fair enough. Beast mode.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We are back. We are back. Hold on, I gotta play the applause. Gotta play the applause, man.
Clap it up for the guys tonight, man. Yeah.
Because what a performance. We are temporarily live on TikTok as well. So if you're watching on TikTok, come over to YouTube. Crazy Cast, put in the chat. But I'm gonna end the TikTok soon, so don't get comfortable on there. I just want you to come to YouTube. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's a midnight show. Midnight show.
Not
9 p.m.
Yeah,
a 9 p.m. show, baby.
Not what Russ said, but you know.
Oh Lord.
Night's just getting started.
No, it's not. We'll try to keep it short today because we got our ACC championship tomorrow. But great win tonight. Duke beats Clemson 73-61. Great defensive performance. Great games from Caden Boozer, Nick Hamenia. Obviously, Cam Boozer was Cam Boozer, 24-14-5. You know, just a normal game for him. You know, it was all right. It was all right. But, man, all right, they're already coming from my hat. What is wrong with it's a hat, bro. It's a hat. Come on, bro.
You know they don't like you set.
Jamal's got the Duke shirt. I got
a New York hat on, though. You know what I'm saying? But I do got
on,
some. You gotta have the Duke colors. I think that's what they own, bro. Like you know.
Man. Oh,
well, it's because you're from Chicago, right?
Who?
You.
Oh, brother, don't disrespect me ever like that again.
No, I'm repping Zion. I'm repping for Zion tonight. You know.
Oh, I am never from Chicago, brother. Come
What's
on.
that hat? Is that not a White Sox hat?
Yeah, that is a White Sox hat.
It is a White Sox hat.
Yeah, he ain't from there, though.
Are you actually serious in saying I'm from Chicago, Russ? Or like, are you blanking for a second?
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around why a New York man is wearing the Chicago White Sox hat. That's all.
Because you wear hats for style. You don't wear it for the team. Come on, bro.
Hey, talk about it, Shaq
anyway.
Black. I see you in the comments. Talk about it.
Anyway, great win tonight. Duke is advancing to the ACC championship.
Cubs
As
are
we
better.
say,
He ain't lying.
great games all around. And we have, another game. So we'll have another show tomorrow and the show after that. So you're getting 4 straight episodes. But fellas, how do we feel? How do we feel after this victory? Russ, start us off.
Yeah, I mean, this result, after a while, it felt almost as inevitable as Zion wearing a Denver Broncos hat tomorrow. I think that for a fashion, I think that I couldn't help myself. There was a really good game, man. What a great game. This game was won in one particular run, which was the defensive run where we didn't let them score for almost 8 minutes. And Malik was on the bench and Dame was on the bench for the lion's share of that. Dame was on the bench and Malik, I think, was on the bench for the entirety of it. Look, I think we talked about the idea that, these lineups without, Caleb, where maybe you're bringing more Nick minutes, there might be like some options for defensive lineups that were going to be like a little more switchable, that would be pretty cool, that would, sort of hold it down defensively. I just kind of assumed that Dame and or Malik would be a part of those. So for them to be both on the bench, and frankly, for Malik to kind of have had a struggle game tonight, across the board.
Very much a struggle.
Yeah. And yet, here we are playing phenomenal defense against a tournament quality team, 6 seed-ish, 7 seed-ish, somewhere in there. Boy, oh boy. And Darren Harris, again, was playing for all of those minutes. Cam was playing for all of those minutes. Cam, in particular, I was really impressed with his defense tonight. I think that when Malik was out of the game, we sort of tried some switchable stuff, and Cam really held down the fort, not just against, Godfrey for some of those post-up attempts that he and Davidson were trying to run, but also when he was getting switched onto. I mean, like, I was really, really impressed with the defense in particular tonight, goes without saying. And then obviously he was such a cheat code offensively. You don't love seeing that Duke had 9 assists and 11 turnovers. Yeah, like that's not ideal for this team. But, if Cam is playing the way he's playing and you get, assistance from guys like Caden, like Nick, the way that they were assisting in some of the shots they were making, dribble drives they were doing. Nick had that very nice sort of post up and one. Man, like, what can you say? If Cam's going to give you 24 and you're going to get 30 combined from 2 other guys, so 54 points before you factor in anybody else, Slim or, whatever, man, that's probably going to do it as long as Duke is defending this way. So, yeah, very, very encouraging going into what's going to be a really hard game tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow's team, we'll talk more about that matchup later. But, boy, oh, boy, I mean, the defense was exceptional, especially considering last night the defense was not good. But also, they just made a ton of threes last night. I mean, like, I don't know. I wave my hand at that a little bit. This is the defensive unit. This is Jesus Christ.
You got to get one.
Taylor Swift. What?
Why?
Taylor Swift.
Crazy.
What? Because of my glasses and my sick Blu-ray collection back here, my map of Los Angeles.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, the Clay Matthews. I like the Clay Matthews one better.
I'd rather take the Clay Matthews than the Taylor Swift one.
Yeah.
I'll take Taylor Swift money, though, if you want to give up.
Sorry, Preston brings up the good point there of, Slim makes a 3 and great, right? Dame makes like one more 3. Like, it's already a game that was fully in hand the whole time, right? So, yeah, I mean, great performance. Looking forward to seeing how much they got left in the tank for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Impressed with what I saw defensively. Now, honestly, it's important to have games like this. Styles matter. Styles make fights. Matchups matter. And defensively, it's not like really Duke was just fundamentally bad yesterday. Is Florida State has a lot of guys that can make counters. You're not gonna beat this Duke team with your initial move. You really have to be able to counter and make extra plays off of the bounce. Clemson don't have a lot of guys that can do that. And for what it's worth, Virginia only has really one guy that can do that, and that's Chance. And it'll be interesting to see how the matchup goes tomorrow. I know that. I watched that guy play every year in high school. He's gonna be ready for this game. So, but I'm just like, when you can get a matchup like this, and this is where you can see how dominant Duke is defensively, even without Pat, even without Caleb, because Clemson doesn't make a lot of extra moves as far as like with the ball, trying to get past defenders. We can bottle them up. We can play in gaps. Caden played good. These are the type of matchups that everybody really looks good defensively. And beyond that, how about the Caden Boozer haters tonight? Like, everybody had a lot to say about him last night based off how he played. And it's not like that. They defended him not like directly the same, sort of similar, but he ate the space up. He played extremely better tonight. He played aggressive all night. It's not like he had to man the point. His brother, how many assists his brother had? 5? Yeah. Cam had 5. Caden only had 1, but Caden played a really good floor game. It felt like he was in control, got into the paint anytime he wanted to, finished at an elite level tonight, which he's been doing that all night. These type of matchups matter, bro. And like I was telling Zion before we had got on, I'm starting to realize how much of a chip this team plays with. And that's kind of feeding into how good this team is. I was like alluding to a report that I had read about Cam before the season started, and about how he and the team had made it their business to take everything personal, that what everybody was saying. He knew that everybody was going to be comparing this team to last year, and how everybody was going to be saying this team isn't as good or won't be as good as last year, and how they used that as fuel pretty much. And I was like, yeah, this kind of, you can kind of see it, that this team plays with a chip. Like, and I've been saying it from the jump. I don't really want this team being a front runner. I mean, I like that we're getting number one. We're number one in the country, but I would really rather for this team to be in the underdog role. And with these injuries, they right back where we need to be. Now everybody is doubting Duke. I don't know how Duke can be as good without Patrick Gamba. I don't know if Duke can be as good without Caleb Foster. And this is right where this team needs to be, man. They're feeding right into that, and this speaks to their identity. And I'm happy that we got to see a bounce back game. This is more of what we saw from Duke the past month, as far as them being a dominant team. So it was good to see. Quality opponent. We got one more, and I feel like we'll take care of business, but I'm sure we'll get to that one later.
The funny thing is, even you said people are saying how does Duke look without Caleb Foster? No one's measuring Pat Gong, but it's very nasty. It's been very nasty on the timeline.
It's insane, dude.
Like
Duke Twitter, there's some people on Duke Twitter doing the same, and I was going back and forth with them a little bit. I don't know their names, but the point is, like, I am sort of floored by the extent to which people go, oh, we've lost our point guard, as if Caleb was the point guard, on the team. Like, meanwhile, we've got Cam Boozer having more than half the team's assists today because he's been the guy running the offense all year. Like, your point guard is more than the guy who dribbles the ball up over the half court line. I know that Caleb played some very nice point down the stretch of the season. That goes without saying. Like, he had a couple of games there where he made some great reads, but I am not that concerned about ball handling and about, ability to get into the paint and stuff like that and movement of the ball. Like, I'm just not worried about it. Clemson did a really nice job, trying to dare Duke to win one-on-one. I think that's kind of a Brad Brownell staple, frankly, but Duke can.
That's where some of the turnovers came.
Yeah, and Pat, I mean, again, to play defense this well without Pat, who very clearly has been, maybe the most impact. Like, I would say Dame is probably our most important defender, but Pat's top 2. I'm really, really impressed by the outing today defensively, and especially the contributions we got from like Darren Harris playing, some really nice positive minutes defensively on that end. And then, of course, Cam, who, for him to be carrying such a heavy load on offense and be doing all the defending that he has to do when Malik is not able to play, That's insane, man. That's one of the most impressive
Yeah.
performances I've seen from him this year.
Malik Brown only played 21 minutes tonight, bro.
And Duke was better with the lineup with Kim
Much
at the
better.
5.
Malik was like a -9
and-
in a game we won by 12. I mean, like that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is this the
like,
worst we've seen Malik look?
It was probably
It might
Malik's
be-
worst
it might be one of his
individual
worst
game.
games.
Would be, I would think
Yeah.
so. I'd think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Like
pretty good.
even on offense, he was little. Like the aggression wasn't there for one,
Yeah.
and just even the inability to catch the ball wasn't his fault. You can't throw the ball at a 6'9". You know, it was a struggle for him tonight. But the fact that it was a struggle for him, it was a struggle for Slim. Even though Slim, great job on the glass. Like he's been killing on the glass past 2 games with Caleb.
And he was
Foster
part of that
out.
defensive unit. Played good
Yeah.
defense. Yeah.
But when you get like, what did he shoot for in total tonight? He was 1 of 9 tonight.
1 of 9.
0 for 7 from 3. When you get that and you see that stat line, automatically with this team, you probably think, oh, they probably lost this game. But they won by 12.
Yeah.
You know, Caden stepped up offensively. Nick Kamenia, man, kudos to you, brother.
41
Hey.
on the glass again tonight, bro. Like Isaiah had 10 rebounds, bro.
Kudos to you, man. Like that is let me get this on the screen. that was a hell of a game. That
Get
was
off
by
the
far.
screen.
The Nick haters
best
too.
game.
The Nick haters got to come to the forefront too, because y'all been killing that kid all year long, bro. And
All right, we don't have to call out everybody. Like,
no, I'm just saying, like him
Yeah.
specifically though, like it's been really rough for him, and I'm glad to see him have a game of this magnitude, like a good game like this in a tournament type game. Like, good for him, bro. Salute to Nick.
yeah.
I'd say that
Looking
perhaps
for
the
Mitch.
second most backlash that I got from the giving midseason grades episode might have been my grade of Nick and me saying like
no, that was
I
it was
said
Malik.
second. Oh,
It-
Malik.
yeah.
Well,
Malik Gray. It was
Fair enough.
What for your upperclassmen?
Sure.
Was the
Sure.
word.
Granted, my point is, I heard a number of people be like, "No, Nick is, dude." When it comes down to it, Nick is a freshman and a normal freshman who comes along over the course of the season. He's played very well through ACC play. Sometimes the shot doesn't fall, but his defense, I mean, we saw that on display tonight. My goodness, he was everywhere on defense. And he can handle the ball some. He can pass the ball some. He's got some post moves. I mean, I'm so excited, not just for what he's gonna be able to deliver with this sort of added workload going into the NCAA tournament, but then obviously next year, bringing him back has got to be a priority. I think that he is such a special talent.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean that is going to be major for him. Going into the tournament, just even when we get Pat back, now we know the weapon we have in Nick off the bench is going to be crucial, and I think we're gonna see the fruits. We're seeing the fruits of this weekend so far. Obviously Duke is undermanned, but it's putting people in situations where Kaden got to mature, Nick got to mature. Shoot, Darren Harris got to mature too. Like he stepped up and made a big shot today. So this is good. This is good for us. Good for us going toward March.
I put this tweet up, Zion. I didn't know if you wanted to read it for people who listen to this. But yeah, it says that apparently Shire said that Pat took a step with the training staff and is on track to return next week for the tournament.
Hold on, you got to get the funk flex boom for that.
Oh,
I mean, I appreciate Shire for releasing that information. Like that's just drop the bomb.
We get the we get like that.
I mean, that's good to get the confirmation, but I mean, I think a lot of us kind of figured that this was just precautionary for Pat, and
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I was a little like,
I never for 1 second thought that this was serious with Patrick.
I think I always adopt the policy of until you see him back, you can assume he's gonna be back, but it's a little nerve-wracking until he's actually back.
Yeah. If I would have never saw him in the warm-up line for UNC, I probably would have had more like the fact that he was like literally getting ready to play last week, and then they was like in the last second, nah, maybe not. That's why I was like, okay, week rest or so, he should be fine. If I wouldn't have never saw that, I would have been panicking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm glad he said that because I'm very excited. And looking at these past 2 days, yes, it's been somewhat of a struggle. Like even I know we alluded to it a little bit, but the turnovers are high. I think a lot of that does get wiped away when you bring back, Pat and Gongba. So I'm excited, to make a run. Even without Caleb, I think this team is still there.
You want to know what the thing that makes me excited the most about this is I honestly feel way better about Pat foul trouble in the tournament now. Now I don't even honestly care about it. Now it's like, I mean, truthfully, I don't want him to be in foul trouble or to foul out. But now, and then, like, honestly, this was a panic point for me thinking about this early in the season. Like, bro, if we get into a situation where it's one and done and Pat and Malik get 3 fouls in the first, like, what are we going to do or something? Like, now I feel like we can steal these minutes. I feel a lot comfortable now.
I think it depends on the team that we play, right? Like, we haven't played, Ade Mara or like Koa Pete or, we haven't played like real people like that, like
Knock
I think
on
if
wood,
it
y'all. Knock on
if it happened
wood.
in like a Final Four game, I think it's a different conversation. And I think that Duke would have to figure some things out. But I do think it shows that we have a lot of options and really, we don't need to worry about the Final Four until we get there. Like you got to win the first games first. So having Pat back will be huge for both sides of the ball. I think people underrate Pat's contributions on the offensive end in particular. In addition to underrating him on defense, he's just a grossly underrated player. And it's why, like, NBA scouts are very excited by his potential. I mean, I think it's evident to anybody with eyes.
Someone said, "Don't give Pat anybody."
No, I realized that. I was like, nah, man, I'll take it back. I don't really want to see this. But no, seriously, I do feel a little bit more comfortable though, like knowing that we're better prepared for adverse situations going into the tournament. Like, and that's really all this experience has given us. Like just different looks and different ways to win in case of an emergency type situation. Now I feel comfortable we can steal minutes because that's really all it's about. It's stealing minutes until you can get to the lineups you really want, So
yeah.
I mean, having 25 minutes of Pat will be enormous, and it'll be better for Malik too. I mean, Malik wants to take risks on both sides of the ball. Frankly, that's kind of the style of play that he does. But you can't really ask him. You can't rein in a madman, right? Like he wants to be out there committing some fouls where you're like, why'd you do that one? What was that?
Some of his fouls is just like he really has to learn how to let it go and live to defend another day.
But that's what got him to Defensive Player of the Year, man. Like, is playing exactly this way. Every game he's got a foul where you're like,
and it's like, come on, Malik. Like,
I don't think you needed to shove that guy with two hands.
He definitely pushed Godfrey into the stands. I'm like,
that was frustration.
He didn't have to push him at all. Like, that was a completely unnecessary foul, bro. Like, all right, man, it is what it is.
He has some fouls like 90 feet from the basket, like not infrequently. You know what I mean? Like, but again, that's you can't turn it off. I mean, that's what makes him a special player, but it's also what makes him like not realistically like a 32-minute per game player. Like,
you gotta take the good with the bad with him because it's way more good than it is bad.
For sure.
Yeah, a couple things before we wrap up on Clemson. That's why we all wanted this Clemson matchup tonight. Well, I specifically wanted them to, especially because they were gonna have heavy legs, and we did play great defense tonight, but they did miss a lot of shots short.
I just know Clemson is not good enough offensively to beat Duke, and that's what I wanted to see.
And obviously without Carter too, as well.
Yeah, for sure. That was a big deal. What were the rebounding numbers? I
41 and 29. We won 41-29.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, no. 41 to 27. I was wrong. I was off too.
Yeah, I mean, he's their best rebounder. I know they're a really good defensive rebounding team, over the course of the season, whether that's scheme or whether it's luck or I don't know, whatever people want to say about it. But, when you lose Welling, that makes a big difference. I mean, they honestly did a pretty admirable job of keeping us off the offensive glass, frankly, compared to our normal vibe. But I mean, we just got every defensive. Like they didn't get many opportunities, and again,
This is
Welling
an elite
would have helped
rebounding team, bro. I don't think. I mean, people will bring it up, but people like really gloss over that and like don't speak enough about how elite of a rebounding team. Like rebound, no rebounds, no ring. Everybody know that old adage, right? Like this team is going to rebound. Win, lose, draw, rain, hail, sleet, snow, anything come off the glass is going to do. And that does not get talked about enough because that is a real key component to a championship team.
Yeah.
And we have that.
When you said no rebound, no ring, it immediately took me back to the Final Four when our big man got 0 rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, this year's team.
Jamahal wasn't even dominant. I really can't believe he got 0 rebounds.
I frankly think that people, when they list the top rebounding teams in the country, they do bring up Duke. I mean, like Duke is 11th in offensive rebounding rate, 7th in defensive rebounding rate. I mean, like that's a ridiculous pair of numbers right there. I mean, that's easily among like, you know, like every time I hear Florida mentioned or like Arizona mentioned, I mean, they mentioned Duke.
I wouldn't even say that though. I don't think we have the rep for it because when all these, you know, national media people preview a Duke game or like they preview Duke in Michigan, no one talked about Duke's ability to rebound against Michigan. It was can Duke's front court kind of, you know, compete with Michigan's front line, you know, but I do think it might be a little glossed over. Maybe not by the smart people.
Maybe for that matchup. I mean, like we definitely had a stint early in the year that I think raised people's eyebrows where like we didn't out rebound Florida. I don't know that we out rebounded Michigan State. We struggled in a couple of those early games on the glass against like better rebounding teams. And so maybe that just means people in like a Michigan type game maybe don't take us as seriously on that front. But I don't know. If somebody isn't mentioning Duke, then they're not serious people. You know, like so. Because like you can, it's the Brian Cox succession. You are not serious people. You know?
Oh man. John Edward Kruger in the chat. You really, really wanted to. You've been tweeting me too. Talk about Corey Alexander. I just watched the game on mute at this point.
I don't even know. You know what's crazy? Y'all got me. I don't like y'all for this because now I don't like Corey Alexander. I don't even know when this started because I used to like him, but I just found myself like I told him to shut up like 10 times a night. Like, just shut up, Corey. Like, I don't know, bro.
I've almost gone the other way where like I don't know that I didn't like him much. But I think like maybe the older he gets or whatever, and it becomes less about like, you know, telling stories about, you know, the guys that he knew or whatever. Like
knowing Tom Nipple's mom, Cooper Flag's mom.
Oh yeah,
I think that he's done a better job this year. Maybe not in this particular game necessarily, but there are far worse people I think today than Corey. We can do a lot worse. We could do a lot worse.
I don't know.
That doesn't mean we couldn't do better, but we could do worse. I think
he was comparing Cam to Christian Lee. He said, "I finally figured it out."
I finally figured it out. It's pretty good. I finally figured it out.
Like he been thinking about this all year. Like light bulb just hit him in the middle.
Dude, it made me think. It actually got me thinking about it because I was sitting there going like that I know why he pulled that because Christian Laettner has a history of winning at all levels. He is a 4 who shoots threes, right? Like that kind of thing. I get why he wanted to go down that road, but like Cam is definitely a better passer. Cam definitely shoots threes at a much higher volume. Like Christian's a good 3-point shooter, but it was just a different game back then. So like, you know, it's hard to even compare that. And Christian did have more of maybe like a traditional center build a little bit more than like Cam does. Cam is maybe a little more of that like 6'9", 6'10", you know, like if he was up against like a 6'11", 7-foot center every game, it'd kind of be like, whereas with Christian, I did kind of feel like he was probably pretty good there. I don't know. It again, I thought it was the way he presented it that made me laugh, but like you could say worse comparisons probably also, you know.
Sure.
I got where he was going.
It's not a great comparison, but like it didn't
That's
make
from
me
the winning standpoint. I got where he was going.
Yeah.
from.
I also give any media person who does a cross-racial comparison is an immediate like generally they just want to compare like by skin tone only, you know, like so.
Well,
That's why Nick was getting the con. Nick was getting the con.
Yeah.
Nick gets Con and Grayson, but it's funny that you said that because NBA Twitter is now on the boat that Cam Boozer and Jokic are the same player.
Jokic, man, I don't like that either.
Nah, because Jokic is a real footer.
Yeah,
And
it's hard to compare. That
makes a world of difference. Cam is really elite and skilled for 6'9", but 6'9" is not 7 feet.
I've always liked the better Kevin Love comparison.
I love the Kevin Love.
I think that's a great comparison. You see it in those outlet passes are extremely Kevin Love. I mean, and if you gave Kevin Love that much space outside the way that Clemson did tonight, Kevin Love would just like go, okay, I guess I'll shoot and just pop it and make it. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I don't hate that comparison.
I don't know. Like, you know why? Because I get why people say that, but I don't even think people realize how good Cameron Boozer is with handling the ball. When that boy get on the NBA level with that spacing, he gonna play in the small forward in a lot of lineups, like because he got that type of ball handling ability. You know what I mean?
I don't think the K Love comparison is apples to apples, but I could see like the similarities, and how they approach the game. Obviously, a little bit different.
It's because of the lack of athleticism. See, y'all letting the lack of athleticism run that narrative. That's what it is.
I think it's the skill combined with how they play. They play a little bit methodical, and obviously the rebounding. The rebounding is obviously at that size, and then like Russ says, the passing ability, the outlet pass, the ability to shoot at that size. I can see it. If someone said Pistons great Blake Griffin, sure, but Pistons great Blake Griffin plays so aggressive. It was yes, he could do everything, but
I see where he's going with that because he didn't have the athleticism of the early Blake, so I see where he's going with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know. That's interesting.
Cam is really a one-on-one. You don't see this often, bro. Like, and that's why he is rated where he is. Like, that's why it frustrates me so much to hear people try to discredit him as an NBA prospect. It's like, this is not an accident, y'all. This is like not normal for a guy that big to move that fast and be that smart with the basketball to shoot that good. Like, this is not normal. Nobody's done this. It's like we just
all
went
this
through
means is he's going to be the guy that people coming up are compared to in the future, right? I mean, that's all it means is if we're going it's Kevin Love, but like not quite, or it's like this guy, but like not quite. It's like, well, then the next time somebody comes around who like the more really good players that kind of have different combinations of skills and size and athleticism or whatever, the more diversity on that front that we have, then the more like apt comparisons one could make. But again, I wasn't mad at Corey for taking a swing on a 35-year-old comparison, you know, like I respected it.
Corey's just starting to annoy me. So everything he's saying now is like, you know, when you in a relationship and you over it, you ready to get out, everything they say is like, shut up. I don't want to hear nothing you say. That's how I am with Corey.
I've seen some Al Horford, Josh, in the comments at Al Horford. I've seen that comparison, but Al on defense is just like ridiculous. I mean, if you want to say like on offense, maybe there's some stuff there, like because Al was a very good passer and shooter in Boston and whatever.
Like Cam, though, the Pat game is what separated.
Yeah,
Cam will really mix you up for real. If we get a lot of an advantageous matchup with the big, like everybody had a problem with the Carolina possession, but he literally took Vasar like a guard. Like that wasn't normal. He cleared Vasar out like he was a 6'2" guard and got downhill on him just like a guard would do. Like 6
Yeah,
and
but also when Vasar was getting in his chest, like he could just back him down. Whereas like that's why I don't like an Al Horford comparison, because like that's why Al was so valuable to every single NBA team, is he could do a lot of those things for a big man on offense, and then he was still a really good defensive, big man as well. I mean, like that's a hard combo of things. But if we're getting compared to Al Horford, who obviously won 2 titles, right? Wasn't he on both teams?
They went back to back.
And then Kevin Love, I couldn't remember when he left. And then Kevin Love obviously went to the Final Four. So I mean, we're in good company of people that we're comparing him to, frankly.
Yeah. But yeah, enough of the comps. Let's get to calls, and then we'll talk about UVA. I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions about UVA in those calls as well. Caller time. Let me get the people. Let me too. If you haven't called in, speak Pat. Yo, number one, stop tweeting at me. How do I call in? Stop DMing me. How do I call in? I tweeted it so many times at this point. Speakpipe.com/crazycast. Please, thank you. But let's hop into calls. The first caller. Get to it. First caller, Philip Johnson.
What's up, Crazy Cast? Just wanted to call in and say point guard Nick Jimenez saved my life.
Good call. I like a short call.
Right to the point. Right to the point.
Yeah. Is it point guard Nick Jimenez though? I don't think it's point guard Nick Jimenez like people are saying though.
Nah, Nick.
He is on the ball more.
He's been the backup one. Like if you ask John to break it down from a position standpoint, he'll probably tell you he's been our backup point guard. But
if we asked him to break things down from a position standpoint, then we'd get a lecture on how they don't do positions.
Nobody has a position. Yeah.
No position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nick,
and that's what it is. Like that's a hard concept for a lot of people to grasp, but that's just how we play, y'all.
Nick can bring the ball up. He can pass the ball. He can shoot threes. Yeah, man.
You want me to show this, Russ?
I mean, you should. It's a pretty funny tweet.
Oh my god!
Somebody posted that.
Oh
man! No, Nick. I mean, I could see, depending on what we got the full screen going. I could see, depending on what next year's roster looks like. Caden and Nick, sort of splitting responsibilities, a lot more. God, it's funny, dude. It's so funny.
Nick like that, man. Nick gonna come back with a whole different haircut next year, man.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doubles down. I hope he
double down.
I hope it gets rounder. You know what I mean? I hope.
Me too. I hope he double. Like I hope he goes smooth, skint to the side on the pole and everything. Like double down on it.
Oh man. Next caller, Kyle, not Flip.
This is a great win tonight. Caden showed out. Nick showed out. And with Isaiah Evans not having a good game, we needed it big time. If those two can continue to, give us a lift and a boost, everything could be okay. Still missing Big Pat. Still missing Foster. Offense was a little struggle at the beginning. Wasn't much flow to it. Settled in. We just need to keep going one game at a time. And it's been up and down emotions for the last week or so, but hopefully things are getting right. Again, thanks for everything y'all do.
Appreciate you.
I feel like we talked about this before, that like Cam at the 5 in terms of offense feels very promising. It's just where on the defensive end, how does it work? Obviously tonight it worked beautifully. They did a phenomenal job there. But I mean, if we could play a Caleb, Slim, Harris, Nick, Cam lineup, like that lineup offensively is awesome. Like I think there's a lot of sauce to that lineup on offense. And then if they can keep bringing that defensive intensity they did tonight, I mean, I would not be mad at seeing that thrown in the mix against, a variety of opponents.
For sure. You said the lineup was what? Repeat that.
Yeah, it was Caden, Evans, Harris, Nick, and Cam. Because Dame was on the bench and Malik was on the bench. And then Dame came back in with like 3 minutes left, something like this. But like the first 5 minutes of that run where it went from like a tie game to like a 12-point game or whatever it was, that was with that lineup out there. And they didn't allow a single field goal with that lineup.
Yeah, that lineup works perfectly fine if we're going against teams without a center that poses as a scoring threat in the post. Like a really big, burly, long center, more than just burly, because Cam is
sure
burly.
a guy with more size. Because I was about to say Godfrey was pretty efficient at that tonight. I mean, like, and he's
but I mean,
but
even with that Godfrey, like you, not I don't want to disrespect him, but you'll let him do that. Like, if y'all just want to like give a steady diet of just post feeds to Godfrey and try to beat us like that, go at it. Like, you know what I mean? Try to beat us that way. But I mean, you know, perfect matchup for that type of lineup. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't know if that type of lineup will work tomorrow, but you know, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Probably not, but their big men don't really score like that anyway, right? Like they go through DeRitter. I mean, like that would be a very interesting thing, but he's not exactly like Cam is frankly, I think, a decent matchup on him for the most part. You know, like we'll see how it all trickles out, given that they'll play him at like the 4 and then one of those two big men.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll shake out necessarily, but like outside of like lob threats and like putbacks, like they don't really go to those other guys at all. From what I've seen.
It'll be very interesting to see tomorrow. I'm very on the. I'm sure someone will ask, but I'm very on board with. Hey man, we're playing with house money, man.
I agree.
We're playing with house money. Third game in 3 nights with an undermanned team. Like, you know, you're playing a team now that has a little bit more depth. Especially they have 2 guys off their bench who average over 8 points per game.
They said the same thing about Clemson too. That this would be one of the things that would be problematic for Duke because of how many guys Clemson plays and how many guys Duke is playing right now. I just think this team is a machine, bro. This Duke team is a machine. They operate like professionals, and it's literally they are living the next man up cliche. Like it's literally next man up. Everybody step in and play your role to the best of your ability, and we got this.
Yeah, I hear you on the Clemson counter bit, but like Virginia does play a very real 9-man rotation. Like they play like 4 guys off the bench who all like, you know, you'll go down to any box score and it's like 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 16, and then the starters have like 22 minutes, 24 minutes. Like it's pretty shared and distributed there. So for us to have 7 instead of 9, I mean, look, this is a team that we beat by like 30 or whatever a couple of weeks ago.
And you know what? And I don't honestly think it's going to be much different. Like, I don't think it'll be 30 without Pat. Like, I don't think it'll be that
definitely
much.
don't think it'll be
But
30.
I honestly think Duke is going to comfortably win this game because it's some of the same problems that Duke posed for Clemson, they pose for Virginia. Like I said, outside of Chance Mallory, Virginia is a really good scoring team, but their scoring is predicated off of ball movement and getting you in rotations and passing and trusting. That's why you can't. I mean, I guess if you want to pinpoint DeRitter as their main guy, he is their main guy. But they also do not to the degree of Clemson, but they do it by committee to the same degree. They don't have a lot of guys that can just really break you down like that. Like Chance Mallory is the one exception, but we saw what he looked like against that length the last game, and he's not getting any taller. So, you know, it'll be remain. I'm not saying that Duke will win this 20 plus, 30 plus, but I honestly think that Duke will win this comfortably because what Duke does defensively, it'll cause the same problems for Virginia that it caused for Clemson. So I don't know. Remains to be seen.
It'll be interesting to see because that was a game that they, you know, Cam maybe not so struggle, but they threw bodies at him last game, and now without Pat and without Caleb on the perimeter, you know, it'll be interesting to see if they even go.
Yeah, they're going to crowd the paint.
Yeah,
they're going to crowd the paint.
So you know,
yeah,
Caden got his shots tomorrow.
I also think like Virginia, they get good looks based on ball movement. That's true, and I think you're generally right that like the best way to beat Duke is to like have guys who like are hoopers who just like go
That's the
ISO.
only way that you're gonna be able to do it, really.
Because we definitely only have like one guy who is like a pretty strong ISO defender on the perimeter. You know, we don't really have many beyond that can do it the way that our best one does.
Isaiah's there.
Yeah, but I don't know that I want to put like let's put it this way: if we go play like this is a hypothetical matchup or whatever, right? But if we played a backcourt of like Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, like
the God, I knew that you was about to say that. Yeah,
Dame can't guard them both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Slim is a very good defender, a very good team defender, but in terms of like two hoopers who can put a guy on an island, boy, I don't really go.
I disagree.
That's a matchup where we would probably miss Caleb more than anything, and specifically a matchup like that. But that is really rare to have a backcourt that dynamic.
I think we win that game to be clear, but it's just I think that at least one of their guys probably goes off in that game.
I've seen Slim a lot this season guard really well one-on-one on an island. Like
I think Slim is.
I feel like it's underrated. It
is like for real. I don't even think it's like to the point that where people can be like Slim. And Slim is like really a really good defender. Like I think it's past saying that he's improving. No, he has flat out improved, and not only that, he is a plus defender now. Like he
was one of the best defenders in the ACC all year.
Yes.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I just
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying.
Boy Blackwell match. I mean, like you said, I get it, but that's an extreme like.
It's
not many backcourts like that in college basketball.
Yeah, it's not something that we have to worry about until a specific matchup. I think more just to the point. I was just backing up your idea that like hoopers are generally the ones who do better against us. I do think that's probably fair, but Virginia is very savvy about getting to their spots, and they got a really good coach. I mean, like ours is coach of the year, but it's not going to be like the I don't know. It won't be like some ridiculous like PU. What's that guy running over there type of game? Like they're going to come in with a good game plan, knowing that they have two more bodies than we do, and they're going to try to exploit that, and we're going to have to be ready and just grit it out.
Yeah, I agree. Before we go to the next caller, Jamahal, show me that shirt real quick. I don't like that shirt.
I mean, I like it. I don't love it because, like I said, I really want to own April.
Yeah, I want April, bro.
I really want to own April, but my wife bought it, man. And
okay. Shout out to the wife.
And she a UNC fan, so I'm gonna just take the win.
That's probably why she bought it.
Her purchase. I mean, I don't know. She was just like bought me a couple of Duke shirts a while ago. This is just one of them that she bought.
Give it January, February Duke.
And like Monty said, I was trying to take a jab at Izzo and them, man. I don't like them neither.
Go throw on a White Sox shirt,
Oh no, I'm a real Yankees fan, like for real.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'm a real deal Yankees fan. I would never wear a White Sox shirt, so
All right. Next caller, anonymous.
This question has really been bothering me all year. I really wonder why, and I'm not John Schreier, obviously. I don't know ball like everybody else, but I'm just wondering when Darren Harris gets on the court, why are we not running the same type of plays for him as we do Isaiah Evans? I mean, Isaiah Evans is obviously elite when we run a flare screen or anything else for him, and I mean, why can't we run that for Darren? I mean, Darren Harris is an elite shooter, and we don't run those type of plays for him. And I feel like if we did, it would open up a little bit more offense for us, especially right now. So just wondering y'all's input on that.
Yeah. Well, I'll let y'all jump in, but my first instinct on that is Isaiah's release is blinding quick. So like him off a
that is part of it. That is 100% part of it.
Like him off a flare screen, like he catches the ball and he's open. Darren Harris takes a little bit more time to get his shot off. So he's not as quick as Isaiah. So him coming off a flare screen, you may be able to recover a little bit better at points. But I do agree, maybe give Darren a little bit more, but at the same time, it depends who's on the floor.
But
Because if
this is the
Isaiah's on the
thing,
floor,
though.
go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm in control. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, like they run the same sets. Darren gets the same exact plays called for him as Isaiah. It's two key factors. Zion, you hit the nail on the head with one of them. One, Isaiah's release is way quicker. Two, Isaiah don't have a conscience. He don't care if you're in his face or not. Darren is fighting for his life for playing time. Darren is not going to come off a screen and shoot a contested jumper at this point. He's just not going to do it. Isaiah could care less if you in his face or if you 2 feet behind. He don't care. He letting it fly. The play for me, I catch the ball, I'm shooting it. Darren doesn't think like that. Darren is a lot more conscious with the shots that he takes because of his lack of playing time. So that's really the big difference. They literally run the same exact sets for all the wings. It's the same flow offense. It's just what you're gonna do with the opportunity you get.
Yeah.
He got to be no conscience, Darren. Honestly, I say that all the time. You got to shoot like Isaiah shot last year in your attempts. Just let it fly, bro.
Khan also had he said we're not moving on flares, my man. Yes, you are. On most of Isaiah's flares, he is moving and he's catching the ball squared at the rim and he's launching. Khan was the same thing. Khan had a quick release. Khan was pretty much, if he gets his feet set, he's launching and it goes in. It goes back to also Jamal's point. They had completely different roles. Khan had a green light 24/7. Isaiah had a green light 24/7. Darren does not have that green light 24/7.
That matters. That really matters, bro.
And he's a bad shot away from getting benched.
Well, the other thing that I would say too is two things really. One, he had some looks today where I thought he could have shot it and he passed. And I think maybe that goes to what Zion just said about, he's trying to make sure he's making the right play. Slim is not always concerned about that, which I think is good. I think it is good. Like, shooters got to shoot, man. Like, you can't score unless you shoot. And Slim's gotten a lot better about diversifying his bag and his skill set this year. But if he's taking 16 threes in a game, Cam's going to have a lot of space to operate, right? So Slim's not out here worried about, well, would it be more of an accurately 100th percentile play if I pass here or if I dribble drive? If he's got space, he's shooting it, right? But he also knows that he's got the playing time. And frankly, we saw last year, some of the stuff happened to Slim that happens to Darren occasionally, right? Where miss a shot or two or pass up a shot or whatever, he might be back on the bench. So I know that's got to be a really hard thing to overcome. The other thing that I would say, unfortunately, Darren has in ACC games shot under 30% from three. I know that part of that is just he's not able to get into rhythm because he's playing on and off, right? That's a hard thing, but it's going to be hard for them to go, we're going to call some flare screen type stuff specifically for Darren when his shooting percentages just haven't been that great. I think he's a really good shooter, but if they're not falling, then that's a hard thing to let's not run something for Cam Boozer. Let's not run something for Slim. Let's not run a Caden or Caleb, dribble drive, pet basket. Let's not run a pat thing. Let's do the flare screen for Darren. I think that's a hard call to make other than sparingly,
Also, the last time we played Virginia, John drew up one of the most nastiest. He ran a 4-man Spain action for Darren that got him a wide open three. It was one of the most filthiest plays I've literally ever seen in my life. And that's proof. He'll call some stuff for him. Darren just got to be guns. Let it fly, Darren. Just shoot the ball, bro. Just shoot it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the shot that he took today was one of the prettiest shots I've seen all season. I mean, his shot looks the part. It's an incredible looking shot. And when it went in, it barely hit the net, right? It was a beauty of a shot. But if they're not falling, if they don't fall consistently, then it's hard for the minutes and the play calls to consistently also get there necessarily.
Yeah.
Again, I hope that things change, right? He's been playing better as of late. He's been playing a little more as of late. it'd be really cool to see a couple more things go his way. Absolutely. I'd love that. But if the question is, why don't we do that? Also, shout out to that caller for having the thickest accent of any caller we've had on this show. Love that accent, my man. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to see because I wasn't analyzing Darren's minutes today if he was actually getting play calls for it. Like Jamahal said, there's been so many situations where he has had the ball and he's not launching. You know, and whether that's because of confidence, whether that's because he feels like he has to make the right play and get someone else a better shot. It could be a lot of factors, but I won't say he plays sparingly. So it's gonna be there are only so many possessions he's playing that he could have a play ran for him specifically, especially if he's playing with Cam Boozer on the floor. So we'll see if his minutes increase and the opportunity increases, but I'm not really gonna harp on that too much.
It's a team filled with terrific passers, but even last year's team also, right? Like just on a team like filled with terrific passers, developing that part of your game is going to be important for his development as a college player. So I'm sure that's also like maybe part of it. It's like, everybody out here is like moving it's unselfishness is the name of the game. But like, if you're a shooter, it's sometimes I want you to be a little bit more selfish. Maybe I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Like, I also just don't want him in his head. I want him doing whatever, because he is a hooper. Like that high school tape. I mean, the guy can hoop, but like, I don't want him getting too in his head about it.
Agreed.
Next caller, Brandon McStay.
Good win, guys. It's getting kind of scary now. The role players are starting to step up. Nick Minia, he's by far been the MVP of this ACC tournament. I know Cameron Boozer has been an absolute beast as he is, but Nick Minia has been just awesome. It was a great bounce back game for Caden Boozer. So like that. So on to the championship. And Russ, I know you're probably drinking a beer right now. If Duke wins the ACC championship or national championship, are you going to do a butt jug? See you guys.
What did you just say?
Did he say a butt chug?
All right, Brandon McStay, you need to Brandon McGo. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, what is that, bro? I've never heard of that a day in my life. That's wild. Okay. That's the perfect time to use
No, you hit the wrong one. Zion hit the wrong one.
Hey, listen, man.
Brandon's a routine listener, and I think he's called.
I don't know. Wait,
no, Brandon's a good guy. He's trolling a little bit.
He's being funny.
He's being funny.
Shout out Brandon. Also, shout out the caller before, Anonymous. I don't know why you didn't want to put your name on that. That was a good call.
That was a good
Maybe
call.
something to look into.
Because he's the guy that's saying, "Baby, lock the door and turn them lights down."
Crazy,
man. Casey, next caller.
Nuts,
1 minute. Oh dang! 2 people got some long calls here. All right, let me see.
What's up, Zion, Russ, Jamahal? What a performance by the boys tonight. Like, off night for Slim and Malik, but Nick and Caden, they stepped up. Darren had some good time in there as well, hit a big 3. I mean, after tonight, I'm confident that they can get Pat back, fairly healthy for the tournament, then, this team is a real threat to win it all. I mean, there isn't much drop off. I know they're going to miss Caleb just for the depth and for his playmaking abilities, but I have a lot of confidence in this coaching staff and this team moving forward. I mean, and speaking of this coaching staff, said Shire and the boys, they've done a fantastic job. They did a great job tonight. They've changed stuff on the fly, especially offensively, putting Cam at the point forward, mixing up guys in different spots, just trying to get some open looks, and they've done it spectacularly. I mean, I couldn't be happier with how they played tonight. I mean, they had Clemson just absolutely stifled, especially in that first half. I mean, kudos to the boys. Let's keep it rolling tomorrow night and get that ACC Tournament Championship.
Just keep it rolling. Great call. Great call. Who was that again? Casey. Shout out to you, Casey. Archangel said he's off the hook after that last call.
It's Friday night. Ain't no telling what he got going on
Hey,
tonight.
listen, Archangel is the next caller. So let's see if you're really off the hook.
What's up, Crazy Cast? Once again, thank y'all so much for all that y'all do. As far as looking at the game, I think better energy. It's really good to see that we were doing better on the free throw line. And I got to be honest with you, I love to see the threes hitting like they did tonight. So all I can say is heading into the championship game, rally the troops. Like I'm so pumped up, so much energy, like everybody else is, I'm sure. But rally the troops and let's go get this ACC title. It would be so awesome if we can match last year for the men and women to this year to the men winning it right after the women did. So once again, thank y'all so much for all y'all have done, and hey, go Duke.
Wow, that was a great call after your
I
last
kept
one.
waiting for something.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little disappointed. I thought we was gonna get theatrics or something.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
it was a dope
He's
call,
past
though.
the,
You know
he's
what I'm
past
saying?
the mantle. He's past the mantle.
You man
That was a
matured
good
after
call,
one
but
episode.
you know what I mean? It is, yo.
Now you mature. All right, brother. bring the heat next time, man. Nah, but good call.
Nah, that was a good call.
Definitely.
He's the guy in every Judd Apatow movie who, like, about 2 hours in, he's like, I got to go get a real job and put on a tie, and he's got a suitcase. I appreciate your call, man.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely got to repeat like the woman. That would be dope for the storyline of Duke dominating the ACC. Next caller, Kobe.
Man, they talk crap about Caden. He came out and did what he had to do. Got buckets, career high. Nick came out, buckets, career high. Isaiah won't hitting, still had 10 rebounds, did what he had to do, and contributed. I mean, we are just finding ways to win basketball games. I love the pod. I love this team, and hopefully we can get 6.
Love you too. Sights on 6.
All right. Thank you, Matthew McConaughey.
Hey, man.
My man did sound like he was in that Lincoln commercial. You know what I mean? He had the, like, I'm driving a Lincoln.
That was dope.
Yeah, man. Good call.
Yeah, definitely. And it goes back to our point before, like, at the end of the day, Caden and Cam are winners. Like, they've been winners their whole life. So, even today, like, that was a pure Columbus High School Caden and Cam performance. Cam giving you the 24, the 14 and 5, and Caden giving you 16. Like, that's exactly what they were doing in Nationals last year.
How about they both played exactly 37 minutes? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How many more calls are there, Zion? I got to get moving.
A couple more. That's crazy that you got to get moving. It's late for us over here. But
I gotta hit the club. It's it's.
Well, let's run through these. All right, Chuck is next.
Well, do like one more, and then I probably
just wanted to say, first of all, big fan of the show. Go Devils, of course. After watching this game, I might be the only one thinking of this, but next year's squad with the sophomore year Caden Boozer, if he keeps improving his game the way he's done this season, will be scary. And also us doing this with 2 starters down the ACC, John Shire deserves Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year, without discussion.
Sure. I don't want to talk about next year. Yeah.
I'm too focused on us winning these next 7 games, bro.
Yeah.
We got 7 more games to win.
Also, we don't. There's so much that we don't know, right? Like, but I think the only thing that is interesting is less about next year and more about the players that we have who seem to be continually going on that upward trajectory, right? Like, so,
right.
And I think that the majority of the players on the roster generally over the course of the season have gotten better, right? So then everybody that we do bring back, you have to love what they're going to bring to the table, and the people who don't, they're going to make people very happy somewhere else someday. But I think that I'm very excited about the upward trajectory in general. Yes, I agree.
That's facts. Josh, I was just trolling. I wasn't actually saying sights on 6. That was just a troll. I got to get this call in. We got to get Ted in. So let me get Ted in.
All right, get Ted in, and then I got back.
Yo, Crazy Cass. It's good to be a Duke fan, as always. Happy to dismiss our son. Let's remove the Clem from it, because they're our son again after last year's tough loss. But really, man, seriously, this is why we want to play more games in the ACC tournament, right? The 7 Samurai needed reps. And what happened? All of a sudden, Caden looking pretty good tonight. Cam, I mean, you could always talk about Cam, and his brilliance is what it is, but the kid just takes us. Slim, look at his defense. Look at his rebounding. I mean, he's such a complete player now. This team is just so fun to watch and so fun to root for, man. And I want to see him play tomorrow night, and we look at him, and it's like, man, 3 games in 3 nights. This Virginia team's looking tough, but how could you bet against this team at this point? How could you bet against the heart of this team? So I'm fired up, man. Let's go. DDMF. Love you guys.
Dude, my guy sounded like this is a deep cut, but for people, he sounded like Dennis Hopper in Apocalypse Now. That's going to be a good reference to the people who've seen Apocalypse Now. I also love that he's making 7 Samurai work. He's going to get that John Rothstein.
He is not going to let off that, bro.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
Hey, man, I don't know what it means, but it sounds like
I'm rocking with it. You rocking, I'm rolling.
I love the enthusiasm, though, man. That is a good call because I was fired up after this game too. I agree.
Yeah. Sorry for the rest of the people. I know we have a couple more callers, but it is.
You can listen to them. I just gotta go.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go too. It's 1:07.
It's really late on the East Coast. Like,
yeah. Final thoughts before UVA championship tomorrow.
Big game tomorrow. House money. Keep playing defense like this. Keep getting downhill, Caden. I think we'll be all right either way. But I pick Duke. Go Duke.
Statement game tomorrow for the rest of the country. This is what a lot of people picked once that they knew we had injuries. So I think Duke wins comfortably.
Yes, sir. We'll see. For us, tomorrow night, another night. It's the 8:30 game, I'm pretty sure. So we'll be on after. Y'all enjoy this one. Big game tomorrow. Rest up. Go Duke. DD.